Hi Robert, this is Alan Cockrell with ABC, former hitting coach for the Colorado Rockies and the Seattle Mariners. I'm going to take a look at some video this morning. Robert, the first thing that I look for with all hitters is to make sure that we're under balance, make sure that we're in a good athletic position. And for me, I always check out that knees are inside the feet, head stay inside the knees. In your setup position right here, you're in a good, strong position. You have equal bend in both knees right here, okay? That puts you in a good, athletic, strong position to get into our load phase of the swing. So we'll take this forward to the load phase. The load phase is preparing ourselves to see the ball and hit the ball, okay? It's also going to put us into a good, strong, balanced position, all right? So when this back heel touches the ground right here, we are now fully loaded and we're ready to swing. Now I'm going to look at a few more things. I'm going to make sure our knees are still inside of our feet, okay? We're good there. I'm going to make sure that these hips are square to home plate, okay? We got just a little bit of leak with this front hip right here. We're starting to leak open, okay? And we're starting to go into this direction as opposed to keeping the hip squared up totally to home plate. And I'll show you why. When we get to the loaded position, the heel hits the ground. The thing that will cause our front side to come out of there, our hip to leak our front shoulder to fly open just a little bit, is when that heel hits the ground, we want to make sure that this stride foot is open no more than 45 degrees. Yours is open 58 degrees. Because it's opened up just a little bit too much, it's causing this front hip to want to leak open, okay? And as we start to move forward into the swing, it's going to be difficult to handle pitches that are on the outside part of the plate, the outer half of the plate or the outer third of the plate on pitches away from us. So we want to try to really focus on keeping this stride foot no more open than 45. You're at 58, 45 would probably be somewhere in that vicinity right there. Because we're open, we're going to leak just a little bit too much with our front side, okay? We'll take this forward. Okay, we're starting our move into the baseball. All right, we're starting to get a turn. Starting to get more of a turn. Let's go back just a little bit. Okay, as we get this turn, the lower half of our body, our legs, they're going to drive into the inside part of this front thigh, okay? I talked about earlier keeping this knee inside this foot. If this knee gets outside of this front foot, I cannot transfer energy into this front side. My lower half is where I'm going to get direction to the ball. Remember, keeping the stride foot at a 45-degree angle. And it's also where I'm going to get my drive. It's also where I'm going to get my power. So I want to make sure that this knee stays inside, and I want to make sure that my drive goes into the inside part of this front thigh, okay? As we start to go forward, we're going to take a look at what the hands are doing to get the barrel of the bat to the ball. In this position, this video is not real good, but in this position, I want to see back shoulder, back elbow, and back hip. I want to see that all in alignment. And you're not too bad right here. I see this shoulder. Here's the back elbow right here, okay? And it's going to line up with this back hip, which is our power source, okay? The thing that I do see is because this front foot has opened up a little bit too much, as we go forward, our hands are going to come out and they're going to come around. As you can see right here, the handle of your bat is starting to get exposed into the hitting area, okay? This means that our hands are taking the bat out and around the ball instead of being in this area right here. This is where I'd like to see the barrel of your bat right here. The hand working forward like this, okay? But this bat barrel would be lagging behind you. The hand of the bat would be in this vicinity as opposed to out here. As we start to face guys that throw the ball a little bit harder, we don't want to expose the handle of this bat too quickly in the hitting area. All right, so our barrel would be here. This is where our handle of our bat would be, and our hands would be working forward in front of our body, okay? We'll erase this, we'll move forward, we'll go to contact, okay? We get to contact, Would like to see the head and eyes down a little bit more. I'd like to see him looking down the barrel of the bat. One thing that I do like, Robert, is you do have your hands in a strong palm up, palm down position. That I do like. I also like I like your balance. I like the fact that you are keeping your knee inside your front foot. I like the fact that your weight is distributed on the inside part of your front foot. Okay. I like how your backside is starting to turn into the baseball. And I know you got a tough pitch here that's kind of down away from you a little bit, but I like the weight balance that you're able to maintain right here. Okay, we're going to take this forward a little bit further into finish. Okay, taking it forward. All right, at this point we're starting to recoil just a little bit. And when I say recoil, the head is going to be moving more to the backside instead of the head staying more over your belt buckle. All right, and the reason I can tell is that you're starting to recoil is the barrel of this bat is starting to finish over here as opposed to more towards the pitcher. Okay, as you're falling back, now your barrel will start to come off the ball, or it'll start to come out of the hitting area a little bit too quickly. We want to try to get that barrel staying through the pitcher, through finish, and keep the maximum bat speed that we can keep going through the ball. Okay, we'll run it forward to finish. Okay, and as you can see here, you are starting to fall back just a little bit. The weight's starting to work towards the heel a little bit, which again is very common with the recoil. We want to try to keep that weight more on the inside part of this ball of foot so that we don't spin off. We want to keep that bat traveling to the hitting zone as long as we possibly can. Okay, working forward right back through the pitcher. All right. Okay, Robert. As we start to go forward here, I think the biggest thing that, if I were you, the thing that I would work on would be two things. In my load, I would make sure that my stride foot is not opening more than 45 degrees. Okay, then I would get in a cage with my coach or my teammates, and I would set the tee on the outside part of home plate, outer half, outer third. I would set it even with my front foot or my stride foot, and I would get to that loaded position. I'd check to make sure that my stride foot is not open, and then I would take swings and try to drive the ball to the right side of the cage, through the second baseman, into right center, and then I would hold my finish. I would try to hold my finish under balance so that we don't have weight working to the heel right here. We've got weight staying on the inside part of this foot and more on the ball of your foot. So your foot would be finished. You would be in this position as opposed to falling back. Okay, that little bit of recoil is gonna make it difficult to handle pitches on the outside part. So that would be what I would do to get a little bit better, Robert. I would really want to thank you for coming to our camp.